We often think of video games as distractions, something played to escape responsibility, waste time, or avoid the real world. But this view is outdated. Modern games have evolved into complex, intellectually demanding systems that challenge players to think deeply, collaborate effectively, and adapt quickly. One game in particular stands out to me as a powerful example, and that's Final Fantasy. Far from being just another fantasy adventure game, Final Fantasy offers an environment filled with problem solving, strategy, communication, and teamwork. In fact, many of the skills required to succeed in the game mirror the same skills students need in school and eventually in their careers. Today, I want to convince you that Final Fantasy is not simply entertainment. It is one of the most intellectually stimulating and teamwork driven games available, and it has meaningful value for strengthening students' cognitive abilities and collaboration skills. Most video games today rely on quick reflexes or repetitive tasks. But Final Fantasy consistently requires players to think. Even in early gameplay, players must interpret visual cues, manage their abilities, and adjust their actions to changing circumstances. However, the cognitive challenges reaches its peak in the game's late game raids, where the difficulty becomes remarkably strategic. These raids are 8-player boss battles designed to test memory, coordination, timing, and decision making. They are best described as dynamic puzzles that evolve in real time. The boss encounters in Final Fantasy often chain together multiple mechanics at once, spreading out, stacking together, dodging, rotating patterns, switching targets, and using abilities at precise times. Players must figure out how all these pieces work together while staying aware of everything happening around them. This kind of problem solving goes far beyond pressing buttons. Players must recognize mechanics, interpret visual patterns, make quick decisions, adjust to teammates' mistakes, execute precise actions, and it's all done within seconds. This strengthens a student's ability to think clearly under pressure, a skill useful during exams, presentations, or high stakes academic tasks. Raids often require players to remember sequences of mechanics that happen minutes apart. They must adapt to the variations on the fly, reevaluating their position and role constantly. This develops a working memory, pattern recognition, multitasking ability, and also spatial awareness. Students who play Final Fantasy develop mental flexibility similar to the demands of juggling multiple assignments or solving multi-step math problems. With the long-term thinking, raids are not defeated on the first attempt. Teams may spend hours on a fight, analyzing failures, and adjusting their strategy. This is the same skill used in academic research and scientific experiments. Observe, test, reflect, refine. It teaches patience, discipline, and understanding that. And that mastery comes from time and effort, just like it would in the real world. While many games have multiplayer options, Final Fantasy builds teamwork into its core design. You cannot complete high-end content alone. Success depends on every member of an 8-player group doing their job precisely. Teams must talk about positioning, timing, and responsibilities. Often groups hold brief meetings before a fight discussing roles and strategies. During the encounter, players call out mechanics and warn the group about upcoming challenges. This is the same kind of communication needed in group projects and professional teamwork. It's clear, the communication has to be clear, timely, supportive, focused on the shared goal. Every player must understand their role and the role of others. Tanks absorb damage and position the boss. Healers keep everyone alive. Damage dealers must maximize output while responding to the environmental hazards. But understanding only your own job isn't enough is a huge skill to succeed. And to succeed, players must understand how all roles fit together. This creates an awareness of the bigger picture, something many students struggle with in group work, where it's easy to focus only on your own personal tasks. With Final Fantasy, there's a shared responsibility and accountability. Final Fantasy has a unique way of teaching accountability. If even one player fails to perform, the entire group pays the price instantly. The fight resets and everybody starts over. While this might sound harsh, it teaches a powerful lesson. Success is truly shared, and so is the failure. This motivates players to prepare, practice, and improve, not only for themselves, but for the group. In these kind of environments, leadership naturally develops. Some players take on leadership roles, calling out mechanics, reviewing logs, assigning positions. Others learn how to support the leader or step up when needed. These leadership skills develop naturally through the gameplay's experience. The game's structured difficulty mirrors real-world learning environments. One of the strongest arguments for Final Fantasy's educational value is its intentional design. the content is released in tiers: normal, hard, and savage mode, and then there's also an ultimate mode, each requiring increasingly precise execution and teamwork. The progression teaches goal setting. Players must set clear goals. They have to learn phase one, master the mechanics in phase two, and coordinate cooldowns for phase three. Just like studying, players break larger tasks into manageable steps. They learn how to stay organized and measure improvement over time. After each attempt at a raid, players can review combat logs to see what went wrong. They analyze those numbers, compare performance, and identify mistakes. This teaches data analysis and self reflection, a skill crucial for academic improvement. Uh, Final Fantasy is so much more than an online role playing game. It is a training ground for problem solving, communication, resilience, and strategic thinking. It challenges players intellectually, socially, in ways few other games can replicate. Its late game raids require quick decision making, pattern recognition, multitasking, and high level strategy. Its cooperative design teaches teamwork, leadership, and accountability, and also communication. And its structured challenges mirror the demands of academic and professional environments, encouraging persistence, analysis, and continuous growth. So when we ask which video game genuinely improves cognitive abilities and teamwork, the answer is fully clear. It's Final Fantasy. It proves that games are not just entertainment, they can be powerful tools for learning, collaboration, and personal development. In Final Fantasy, success comes not from luck, but from thinking, communicating, and working together. And those are the same skills that help students thrive in both school and their career and life.